Welcome, everyone. In this video, we're going to explore how you can build your English vocabulary quickly using two simple but powerful techniques: context and repetition. So if you're learning English for business, daily life, or professional growth, this video will help you speak more clearly and confidently. And just as a little added extra, don't forget to check the resource link in the description after you finish viewing the video. Okay, let's get started. So are you feeling stuck using the same words? You're not alone, right? It happens to everyone. And what you want to do is get out of that rut. So if you find yourself using the same words over and over again, like good, nice, or very, it can be frustrating when your vocabulary feels limited. So the good news, there's a smart and stress-free way to expand your English vocabulary: context and repetition. These two simple yet powerful techniques will help you learn faster and, more importantly, remember longer. So let's break it down into easy, practical steps you can start using today. All right. So number one, learn words in context, not in isolation. Instead of memorizing a word and its definition alone, try to understand it in a sentence. When you see how a word is used in real life, it becomes easier to remember and use correctly. This was really something that helped me in my study of other languages. So let's give you an example. She was a perspicacious observer of human behavior. So as a person learning English or a non-native English speaker, do not let the word perspicacious throw you off, or other words that you may not have come across, because in the sentence you will get a clue about the word. So in this case, the sentence gives you clues about the word perspicacious, which means you're intelligent or sharp or insightful. Context helps you understand the tone, if you're going to be using it in a formal, casual, or humorous way, etc. The relationship between words, context helps you with that. And then the multiple meanings of a word depending upon the situation. Next up, repeat, then repeat, then repeat again. But do it the smart way, not just grinding it out. This method will help you fight off the forgetting curve and helps you lock vocabulary into your memory for the long haul. So let's look at it from a daily perspective and a weekly and a monthly perspective. Day one, learn new words. Day two, review new words the day after you learn them. Very important. Week one, review again after a week. And then month one, review after 1 month. Repetition is key, but not all repetition is equal. Use this spaced repetition method to make words stick in your long-term memory. So let's try this routine, right? Next, use real-life examples to boost memory. The more personal the example, the more likely you'll remember the word. For example, learning the word fastidious. Think of a friend who's extremely picky about their work, or maybe it's you. Making the word about you or someone you know, that makes it stick. It's personal in some way. Create your own example sentences. Write sentences that relate to your life and experiencing using whatever the new vocabulary might be. In this case, we're highlighting fastidious. Use online dictionaries with sample sentences. Read multiple examples to understand how the word is used in different contexts. And imagine situations where you'd naturally use the word. Visualize conversations or scenarios where the word would fit perfectly. Next, make a personalized vocabulary list. This was another big help to me. Ditch the boring list of random words. Instead, build your own vocabulary bank. Very easy to do, based on your interests. If it's technology, fine. If it's travel, fine. Fashion, business, etc., fine. Just pick something that you're interested in that is useful to you. A personalized list keeps learning interesting and makes it easier to practice words you will actually use. And common topics you talk about or write about are critical as well. And then, of course, your job or field of study. Next, watch, listen, and learn through media. Watch TV shows or movies with English subtitles. This is another favorite of mine. I like watching the news, so I find news programs. Or I find programs or applications that will summarize the news. The key is people who are reading or speaking through documentaries or the news, they speak precisely and they speak normally, but the fact that they speak precisely is important. And then listen to podcasts, YouTube videos like this one, or audiobooks. And then pay attention. Pay attention to how native speakers use words and phrases. Multimedia is a very fun and effective way to grow your vocabulary naturally, so use it. This method helps you improve your pronunciation and comprehension at the same time. Next, we have read every day, even if it's just a little, just a few minutes. Make reading part of your daily routine, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes. You want to read news articles, short stories, blogs or magazines, books in different genres, but in the target language. You will not only learn new words, but also how they're used in different styles and contexts. Next, write and speak to reinforce your learning. Don't just read and listen. Use the new vocabulary. Write daily journal entries using new words. And if you don't keep a journal for some reason, make sure you're writing something on a regular basis every day that is useful and resonates or is of interest to you. Create short stories or blog posts. I will tell you, for me, it would be easier to create a blog post. For you, it might be short stories. Practice. Practice speaking with a tutor, of course, right? Or a language exchange partner. Or if you know people that you can speak to who are native speakers in particular, speak with them, but let them know that the interaction that you want them to correct you in a positive way so that it helps to reinforce. And so you should not be embarrassed about asking about something you don't know that comes up in the conversation. Speaking and writing help make new words feel natural and easy to recall. And remember, mistakes are part of the learning. Use vocabulary apps or flashcards. You know what they are, right? There you have Anki or Quizlet or Memrise. There are multiple of these, and they will help you practice vocabulary using space repetition and mini games. You can create your own flashcards or use decks made by others. Practice during free time, on the train, in line, during a break. Right? In other words, don't waste your time doing nothing, worrying about you're not learning the language fast enough. Instead, use that time to learn the language. Next, we have turn new words into mini goals. So, set a goal. Just so happens you might want to learn 3 new words a day. That's 21 weekly words. Use each new word in a sentence. That's 84 in terms of the month. That's monthly progress. Review these words at the end of the week. Make it a challenge. Maybe you have friends that are learning also. Make it a challenge with them. Compare words. Use the words as you speak with one another. Tracking progress, even on paper, will motivate you and give you a sense of accomplishment. And make it social and fun. Learning doesn't have to be boring. In fact, you don't want it to be boring because learning a new language opens up a new way of communication and another culture and environment for you. So play word games like Scrabble. This was one of my favorites. And then crossword puzzles, another one of my favorites. Watch English TikToks or Instagram Reels or whatever the language is that in case you're learning more than just English. Talking with friends who are also learning English. Language is all about communication. So the more fun and interaction you include, the faster you will improve. Build your vocabulary naturally and confidently. Remember context. Understand how words fit into real life. Repetition. Make those words stick in memory. Creativity. Add personalization to your learning. Practice. Consistent practice use leads to real progress. You can use the 3-21-84 formula that I just gave you previously. Building your vocabulary doesn't have to be hard. Add in a bit of creativity, personalization, and consistent practice, and you'll start to see and feel real progress. Want more tips and lessons? Check out my videos and resources. Comment on your favorite new word or learning trick, right? Your comments help us help you. And certainly like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. But remember, start your vocabulary journey today. Begin small, be consistent, track progress, celebrate success, and remember, most importantly, the journey to a rich vocabulary and a better grasp of a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy the process and celebrate your progress along the way. Thanks for joining me today. Keep learning and growing. See you next time as we continue our linguistic adventure together. Take care, everyone.